Welcome to our deep dive into the top transfer window targets for the English Premier League 2024/25 season. Will we see any record-breaking transfers? We'll be covering potential players, coaches, and managers who could make a big impact. So buckle up, grab your replica shirt, and let's dive straight into the rumor mill.
From midfield generals to tactical masterminds, and our next target is a manager who's been making waves in the Bundesliga, Julian Nagelsmann. The young German tactician is known for his innovative tactics, attacking philosophy, and ability to get the best out of his players. But could we see him test himself in the Premier League? His name has been linked with several top clubs, and his arrival would certainly send shockwaves through the league. One thing's for certain, Julian Nagelsmann is a manager in demand, and his arrival in the Premier League would be a fascinating watch.
Now let's talk about a player who needs no introduction. Harry Kane, the England captain and Tottenham Hotspur's all-time leading goal scorer. Kane has been a pivotal figure for both club and country, consistently delivering stellar performances and proving his worth on the pitch. Despite his individual brilliance, Kane is yet to win a major trophy at club level, and at 29 years old, time is ticking. The clock is not just ticking for his career, but also for Tottenham's hopes of retaining their star player. He's made no secret of his desire to compete for the biggest prizes, which has only intensified the rumors surrounding his future. Kane's ambition to lift silverware is well known, and this has led to endless speculation about where he might end up next. So could this be the summer that Harry Kane finally leaves his beloved Spurs? Bayern Munich have been heavily linked, with reports suggesting they're preparing a mega money bid to lure him to Bavaria. The allure of playing for a club with a rich history of winning titles could be tempting for Kane. Staying in the Premier League would allow Kane to continue his pursuit of Alan Shearer's all-time goal-scoring record, but would he be willing to join a rival club? Chelsea and Manchester United are both in desperate need of a world-class striker. Joining a Premier League rival could be a controversial move, but it might be the best option for Kane to achieve his goals. Whatever happens, Harry Kane's future is sure to be one of the most talked-about storylines of the summer transfer window. Fans and pundits alike will be eagerly watching to see where this prolific striker will play next season. The anticipation is palpable, and the decision Kane makes could shape the future of several clubs.
Next up, we're entering the realm of fantasy football, but wouldn't it be something to see Zinedine Zidane managing in the Premier League? Imagine the tactical battles, the press conferences, and the sheer excitement of having one of football's greatest minds in the English top flight. The French legend is a managerial free agent after leaving Real Madrid for the second time, and his CV speaks for itself. With a resume that includes multiple league titles and international accolades, Zidane's credentials are impeccable. Zidane won 3 consecutive Champions League titles with Real Madrid, a feat that's unlikely to be repeated anytime soon. His tactical acumen and ability to manage big personalities set him apart. So, could we see him swapping the Bernabeu for the bright lights of the Premier League? The allure of the Premier League is undeniable. Manchester United have been linked with Zidane in the past, and his appointment would certainly excite the Old Trafford faithful. The Red Devils are always on the lookout for a manager who can bring back the glory days. Chelsea are another club who could be tempted to make a move for Zidane, especially if they fail to secure their preferred managerial target. It's a long shot, but in football, anything is possible. The prospect of Zinedine Zidane managing in the Premier League is a tantalizing one. Fans and pundits alike would relish the chance to see how his continental success translates to the English game.
Let's talk about a player who's had a bit of a rollercoaster ride since his big money move to Manchester United, Jadon Sancho. The England winger arrived at Old Trafford with a hefty price tag and even bigger expectations, but things haven't quite gone to plan. The pressure of living up to his transfer fee has been immense, and the scrutiny from fans and media has been relentless. Sancho showed glimpses of his undoubted talent last season, but he struggled to nail down a regular starting spot and wasn't able to replicate the scintillating form he displayed during his time at Borussia Dortmund. His dribbling, pace and creativity were evident, but consistency was lacking. Several Premier League clubs are reportedly monitoring his situation, and a move away from Old Trafford could be just what Sancho needs to reignite his career. A change of environment might help him rediscover his confidence and form. Tottenham Hotspur have been linked with a move for Sancho, and a reunion with his former England youth team manager Gareth Southgate could be an attractive proposition. Southgate knows Sancho's strengths and could provide the guidance he needs to flourish. Arsenal are another club who could offer Sancho a fresh start, especially if they lose one of their key attackers this summer. The Gunners are in need of a dynamic winger, and Sancho could fit the bill perfectly. Whether he does that at Manchester United or elsewhere remains to be seen, but one thing's for sure, he's a player with the talent to light up the Premier League. His journey is far from over, and the next chapter could be the most exciting one yet.
Now let's talk about a manager who knows what it takes to win in the Premier League, Thomas Tuchel. The German tactician enjoyed a trophy-laden spell with Chelsea, winning the Champions League, Club World Cup, and UEFA Super Cup. Could we see him back in the Premier League sooner rather than later? Tottenham Hotspur are reportedly interested in his services, as they search for a manager who can finally end their long wait for a trophy. One thing's for certain, Thomas Tuchel is a manager in demand, and his return to the Premier League would be a major coup for any club.
Next up, we're entering the realm of fantasy football once again. But wouldn't it be incredible to see Erling Haaland playing in the Premier League? The Norwegian goal machine has been breaking records for fun since his move to Manchester City. Haaland's goal-scoring record is simply phenomenal. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why on earth would Manchester City let him go? Well, in football, you can never say never. Imagine, just for a moment, Haaland leading the line for Liverpool, Manchester United, or even Chelsea. It's a mouth-watering prospect, and it would send shockwaves through the Premier League. Of course, it's highly unlikely to happen, but we can always dream, can't we?
Finally, let's talk about a manager who's had a tough start to life at a big club, Graham Potter. The Englishman was highly regarded during his time at Brighton and Hove Albion, but he's found the going tough since taking over at Chelsea. Potter's tactical approach is certainly different, and it takes time for players to adapt to a new system and philosophy. However, the pressure is on at Stamford Bridge, and he needs to start delivering results sooner rather than later. Aston Villa are a club on the up, and Potter's track record of developing young players could be a good fit for their ambitious project. Only time will tell what the future holds for Graham Potter, but he's a talented manager who deserves a chance to prove himself at the highest level.
So that's our roundup of the top transfer window targets for the EPL 2024-2025 season. Stay tuned for more updates and in-depth analysis on all things football. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content.